Everybody, welcome to the Boboleros podcast. I'm Margaret, and on this channel, we talk about knitting, share my makes with you, some styling videos, how you can style up your hand knits. We also talk about influences and inspiration from the world of arts, classical music, and any other drippings from the brain pan that may occur. So thank you for joining us. I can't believe it's already episode 16. So thanking those who have subscribed to the channel. And if you haven't yet, I would love it if you would just subscribe right below. I am trying to grow this channel. It would help me so much if you would consider subscribing. I upload videos every week, and everyone who subscribes just helps me to keep doing this, which I really love. And one of the best things is this community, which is so much fun to talk with you guys, to interact. So what we'll be talking about on this episode is I'll be sharing with you a finished object. Yay! I'll be talking about pom-poms. Yeah, pom-poms, and how you can use up that extra scrap yarn. I have some ideas and suggestions. And also we'll be redrawing another giveaway winner for the Tannei Casey project bag. And I'll tell you all about that. Also, we'll be talking about my upcoming travel, which came as a total surprise. And I'll be telling you where I'm going, and I'm taking you with me. And it's super, super romantic and dreamy. And it's like a dream come true. So I can't wait to tell you all about that and some exciting knitting and fashion things that will be going along with that whole trip and journey. So let's get started. All right. So quick little housekeeping things. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, I've been sharing a lot more styling videos and going on live on Mondays at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on the Boboleros Instagram page. Why does that matter to you? If you have ever been interested in trying the Boboleros yarn, this is a great opportunity. If you listen to the lives, I give away a discount code for 10% off of whatever kit I happen to have on that site, which is different every week. So it's kind of fun. You never know what you're going to score. And it's just a way to get in with a discount and also see what the latest thing is. So just keeping it a little fun, like just having fun, talking about what we love. Isn't that what life's about? Talking about the good things. Because I don't know about you guys. My husband likes to listen to the news at night. I just can't. I'm just done with news. I don't want to live in that kind of world of negativity. I just want to cocoon in the knits, in the beautiful things, in color, in cozy, in drinking my tea at night. Did I tell you guys my favorite tea is this? It's called Minnie Mouse tea. I talked about it in a few episodes ago. I just love it. It's from Harney & Co. I know this is not the good things segment, but I love that tea. If you're into black tea, yeah, I drink black tea right before I go to bed. I don't care. I am so immune to caffeine right now. My coffee lifestyle has now made me kind of immune to caffeine. I do need it to get started in the day, but I could drink it right before going to bed and have no problems. Not that I'm such a strong sleeper anymore. I used to sleep fine, but now I'm always waking up, whatever, thinking. I guess that happens when you hit a certain age. Anyhow, that's what it is. So anyway, I hope you could join us for Mondays with Margaret at 12 noon Instagram. Okay, let's draw our giveaway winner. Now, let me tell you again what we are drawing for. is this fantastic Tannei Casey butterfly tote bag, project bag for bigger projects. Now, you might be thinking, well, Margaret, we drew a giveaway winner last week. Yes, we did. And the wonderful, lovely Karen Casarena girl, she won, but then I received a message from her, and she's all the way in Australia. I don't know what it is with the postage rates recently for shipping. I'm in New Jersey, so anytime I try to ship outside of New Jersey, it's like exorbitantly expensive. So she was just so sweet and kind, and she said, you know, can you redraw and just give the bag to someone who is more local? So that is what we're doing today. So Casarina girl, I was saying maybe one day if you're visiting the States, or by any chance, if I happen to be in Australia, I am bringing you a bag. Okay, you're just the sweetest. All right, so here we go. For this tote bag, I have my basket here, like where I write the names of the people that have put the comments. And so we have as a winner, Candace on the road. Woo! Candace on the road. Congratulations. You have won this tote bag. But there is yet another bag that we will be drawing for. And I know we just keep pushing it now. Okay, so next week you can win the smaller Tannei Casey project bag by answering the question. You know what? Let's have a new question. Let's have a new question for this little owl project bag. That question is in keeping with our theme today. Hold on. Let me think. Okay, the magic of new beginnings. New beginnings, Easter. What is something you're excited to begin? Maybe it's a new project, maybe it's a new endeavor in your life, maybe it's travel, whatever it is, a new beginning. So just let me know in the comments and subscribe, and you can win this wonderful bag. Okay. On to the Flash My Bobos segment. Okay, that is something we started last week. Flash Your Bobos. I know it's such a crazy title, but thank you for putting up with my madness. Like I said, drippings from the brain pan do occur, and I've got like such bizarre stuff in my brain. So that was something that just happened. Flash Your Bobos. So anyway, so today's Bobo comes from the darling Peg, and she knit a Sunday shrug from Boboleros yarn, and she made her own kit using the colors bubblegum and lime, and so I think there was also neon yellow, neon lemon in that one. And so look at Peg. She was at the flower show in Philadelphia, I think it is, a few weeks ago. And I tell you, I don't know, those flowers had some competition for color and beauty with you, Peg, because you look absolutely divine in that shrug. And what fun colors. I think it's just marvelous. Peg did 6 rows on her Sunday shrug. The pattern calls for 5, but it's so customizable. You can make the rows as thick with the stripes or as thin as you'd like. So anyway, it's just such a fantastic knit, and if you haven't yet gone on the shrug bandwagon, what you waiting for? They are designed by Jackie Rose, and so there's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday shrug. My personal favorite is the Sunday shrug, and I'll be talking about my latest Sunday shrug, which is behind me, in just a few minutes. But in any case, if you are interested in knitting a Sunday shrug with Boboleros yarn, which is a combination of bulky with a beautiful mohair. That's a thicker gauge mohair, and it gives it a wonderful glow and wonderful elasticity, then do check out the Boboleros site to learn more about it. And again, when you listen to the Monday Instagram lives, you'll hear any shop updates that do occur. Right now, the shop is not open, but again, stay tuned to the lives. And if you can't catch it noontime, then you can watch the replay, which I put in my highlights, and you can watch it there and grab your discount code and jump into the shop while they're still available. All right, so that's how we're doing it. I'm a small batch dyer. I can only do so much, and I do love it, but I'm sort of limited because I'm a one-woman show. And so, but I just love to spread the joy of the color and the fiber, and this combination of yarn is just something that is so close to my heart. So I hope you're gonna love it. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about what I'm wearing, not because, I'm wearing any hand knit at the moment, but I did finish my latest Sunday shrug, and I decided to go closet and attic diving and see what I can come up with to fashion an outfit to go along with my shrug. Now, I'm a big consignment store shopper. I love older things. I almost never get rid of my older clothes, and by older, I mean 20 years old. If it's something that I score at a consignment store and well made, I just hold on to it. Some of my favorite pieces, which one day I'll share with you, I got for less than $10, truly, in a consignment store. And we're talking, again, years and years ago, before consignment shopping became a thing. But I love scouring even Poshmark online. I get some stuff from eBay. And so thanks to Jen Ben on Instagram, my new Instagram friend, she suggested that I go on Amazon and get a leopard shirt. And she thought it would go great with the shrug. And she was right. And so I got this on Amazon. I'll try to put the link below. It was very reasonably priced. And I paired it with a jacket. Again, this is a very, very old jacket from way, way back in consignment. But I always, as you guys know, love the sky blue color. And so I held on to it for these many years. And this is just a pair of trousers from J. Crew that I got, again, years ago. And they are cropped. They're kind of like, like, what do you call those kinds? Like 3/4 crop, wide leg crop. So those are fun. A little like palazzo style pant. And this necklace, which is a local designer, a friend of mine, she was making these a while ago. And again, this is, like going back 7 years. Like I said, I kind of hold on to things. I don't really shop for that many clothes, although my husband would differ. He'll say, "You're always shopping, Margaret." And he might be right. I might not even be aware of what I'm doing. And anyway, I love combining things and colors and stuff like that. So I've been posting a lot of styling reels on Instagram. So anyway, I didn't wear and the reason I do it is because for a long time, I would knit sweaters and not wear them. That's right. I would just have them as like some sort of art piece or something to look at. And then one day a friend of mine, a fellow knitter, said, "You should wear your sweaters. I always wear my hand knit sweaters. Like that's the whole point, is to enjoy them." And I was of the mentality that, well, they're too fine to enjoy, or, I put so much time into it and I don't want to mess it up, or it's for a special occasion. And finally, I just got out of that mindset. And also thanks to YouTubers out there that are really like showing how to wear your handmade sweaters and integrate them into even everyday outfits. I said, you know what? I have to like take these things out of this like museum mentality and bring them into my everyday wardrobe. And since that happened like 5-6 years ago, I have been full on just always trying to integrate, just because it's so cozy and it's just something I love wearing. I just always put a hand knit whenever possible, even with the casual outfit. So anyway, that's the reason I do these styling videos, is because I am so excited to see what possibilities arise. And so when I just finished this shrug, it just made me curious to explore color combinations and pairings. So it's all part of this creativity, right? Isn't it, guys? Like when we knit and when we introduce new colors and when we are really vibing with a certain color for a certain time, right? Like it changes. We want to, it was like, I'm sure we all have phases, right? Like where we want to knit with one type of color and we're drawn to that, and then it sort of morphs into something else. And so it's so much fun to play and to be in the sandbox of just combining. And I have to say, Maia has been, my daughter, has been wearing a lot of the shrugs recently, and she's in college, and she says, Mom, every time I wear one of my hand knits or a shrug, I am constantly having conversations with people that ask me, did you make that? And it just is such a great conversation starter. So anyway, so that is that. So we should probably go into the latest shrug that I have here. So this is the Sunday shrug. Yes. Are you tired of me saying that? I am going to, I promise, I am going to the next thing soon. Okay. But I'm still not quite over the shrugs. And sorry, not sorry. Can't help myself. So like you might have remembered in the last podcast, I was sort of experimenting with different yarn colors, dyeing them, and I came up with this blue, which was really a color that I had been striving to achieve for a while and finally got it. And so this I call Tibby, and this is called Sedona. Now, Sedona is a combination, and I think combinations are the most fun because you just never know what you're going to get when you combine not only bases, but slight variations in shades. So this is the Rita Bulky that I used. And it is, again, it's like kind of like an orangey rust color, but I really do believe that it's kicked up to the next level with this. And this is like, I don't know, it's kind of a greenish camel color. I'm a big fan of throwing in a touch of green into a camel, like in formulating that color. Why? Because I think that like some complexions don't do well with tan if it has, like either too much red in it or too much yellow in it. And it could sometimes potentially wash people out. I avoided brown and tan, beige colors pretty much all my life. The fact that I'm even wearing something leopard is like, I don't do that because of the brown in it. But I do think that because it has black, that I can pull it off, but it's not my usual go-to. And I never would knit with anything resembling tan colored yarn before. But when I sort of by accident, like again, like I say, I don't know, for me, like the best things are just accidents. In the dye pots, by accident, I said, what would happen if I combined something along the green family with that sort of rusty orange? And this is what occurred. And I do love it. It adds depth, is all I have to say. So I started off, I don't know what happened, but this shrug, which is my 8th, is more narrow than my previous ones. And I don't know why. I did the 72 stitches. I used size 13, which is, I think, the size that the pattern calls for. So I was doing everything. I did the tubular. I don't mind that it's a little more snug because I know that with wearing it expands. But this is what happened. My initial idea was to go the usual. I do 12 rows in one color and then switch for another 12, another 12. And then I was going to do the usual, another 12, and then finish it off with this Sedona. However, I thought I want to have the option to have the Tibby blue near my face as well. Like, okay, so how do I do that? So I already had started when this idea occurred. So I did 12, 12, and then 6 rows of the Sedona, 6 rows of Tibby, then went into another 12 row stripe of the Sedona, and then finished it off with 12 rows of Tibby. So that's it. And so let me put it on for you. Last time, I apologize. I kept my microphone like near me when I was trying stuff on it, and it sounded horrible. So I apologize for all that. So I'm going to remove my mic. Okay, I'm removing it. All right. So let's see how this looks. Let's see. What's up? Oh, I just noticed I have to like... Do you sometimes notice like holes in your knitting and you're like, oh my gosh, how did that happen? Oh my goodness. I've got like a hole here. Hold on, guys. I'm like going to do something very, very advanced and very technical here and make a knot. You say that's how I fix my knitting. I just tie it. Oh, that's better. That's better. All right. Okay, here we go. I finally figured out to not mess up your hair too much and put these on. It's good to like put it over your shoulders first and then like slide it over your head. Put your arms in, and then zhuzh it. Zhuzh, zhuzh. Love that word, zhuzh. Okay, so this is it with the Sedona on top, and it's kind of like rolled over. I kind of have been enjoying wearing them pulled down a little bit. Again. But then you can pop up the Tibby, and have the blue as your dominant. So, yeah, so this is it. And I have to say, I am really loving this one. I am really, really loving it. And I imagine like with jeans, a white t-shirt for the warmer weather. I mean, it's so fresh, right? So fresh. And even like with this pairing, like just playing off of the blues, like that's fun to do as well. And it goes over a jacket. Let's see it over just the shirt. Shall we? Why not? Dressing, playing dress up, having fun. Isn't that what it's about? Okay, let's go. Take 2. Let's see it this way. All right. Oh, I like that too. Is that fun? Yeah. All right. Options. Who doesn't love a good option, right? Oh, do you guys do this too? Like, reach over your back to try to pull down stuff. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's it. Okay, so this I have been calling the Goddess Kit, and inspired by Botticelli's The Birth of Venus and like that kind of special blue and the earthy tone in that painting. So the Goddess Kit. So I may have it available this week, but again, you'll know on the live. We'll see Mondays, because I have to like figure things out, like in terms of my time and inventory. Can I do it? But I love doing it. So anyway, that's the Goddess Shrug. So whips, let me tell you about a special whip that I have coming up. And I don't have an example to show you, but I have like the dripping from the brain pan going, and I have a very special design that is coming up. So I'm not going to talk too much about it now, but to say it is inspired by a trip that I am taking and an idea that I have in my mind for an outfit I want to wear when I am there. And so let me just like say where it is. It's Paris. I'm going to Paris. Can you believe it? Oh my God. Yeah, it's so totally out of the blue, unexpected. And this is another thing about like those kinds of moments, the magic of new beginnings. And I forgot to mention the piano piece. I'm inserting it at the end, but it has to do with France and a French composer, Claude Debussy. And he wrote a piece called Reflections on the Water. And so I'll insert it afterwards, but in keeping with this Parisian theme, I had an idea of a new accessory to wear in Paris and to celebrate Paris. Now, have you guys been to Paris? And if so, what are your favorite things to do there? I would love to know any suggestions. I have been to Paris, but it's been over 20 years ago. So I'm just going for like 4 days, and I am accompanying my husband who has to go there for business. And I'm just like thrilled, so thrilled, because we are kind of making it into our 20th anniversary kind of celebration trip. And so like our 20th anniversary hit in 2020. So like everybody's on lockdown, so we couldn't really go anywhere. So we always said, you know, we have to do that Paris trip again. We have to do that Paris trip. And so finally it's happening, and couldn't be more excited about it. So, I mean, some of the things I have on my list to do, I've been to the Louvre, so I don't know whether again to go. I want to hit things that I haven't seen before. One of the things I'm most excited about is that it's going to be the end of April and the flowers. And I'm really, really excited to see the gardens of Tuileries. That is definitely on my list. And I also want to go explore some of the musical, historical landmarks that are dear to my heart, like where Chopin and Liszt lived and where they were. And I'm going to do my whole like steeping in their like creative spirit, kind of just taking it in. I do believe like, I mean, I don't know if I have ever mentioned this to you, but Chopin is one of my favorite composers. And when I was 16 years old, I was in Poland and visiting his birthplace. And in those days, Poland, you know, was still communist. And I don't know, we went on a weekday. It was almost closing. The guards weren't looking. I was like this fervent Chopin obsessed, a young woman, or whatever, teenager. And I was like, I need a rock from underneath Chopin's like window where he was born. So when nobody was looking, like I just like ran out and I went by the window and I like found a rock. I like got like 3 little rocks. They were, you know, actually not that small. They were pretty sizable rocks. And so the minute I got home, boom, I placed them right on my piano. And I had this feeling like this dream that all that inspiration and genius would somehow soak through the wood of the piano into the keys and into my fingers, and I would somehow vicariously have that spirit with me at all times. And so, yeah. So that childlike idea I can't say that though these many decades later that have subsided, I still want to steep in the places where these geniuses hung out. And Paris in 1830, 40 era, that is like my jam. Like, that is completely my obsession. So we're going to be staying at a hotel that was built in the 1880s. Again, that whole like 19th century architecture and all that, you know, the music, the art, that is where I love to park myself. So I am thrilled to bits. I'm going to be sharing a lot and even podcasting from Paris. If you guys know of any like knitting hangouts in Paris, do let me know in the chats. Your favorite cafes, I would love to know. I'm trying to get tickets for the opera or the ballet, and I don't think the ballet is on now, but the opera was all sold out for the weekend we're there. So yeah, that's a bummer because I always wanted to go to that opera house. So we'll be seeing what's possible. But in any case, I'm just thrilled to take you along and to have a hand knit Parisian springtime adventure with you all. So yeah, so I'll be sharing a lot on Instagram. So if you'd like to follow me on Boboleros, that's where I'll be posting pictures, and maybe, we'll see what else is possible to do from out there. Yeah. And maybe I'll get to visit some yarn shops. I don't know if La Pianist is still got a physical location. I have heard of some pop-up shops that have been happening. I don't know if it's, like for a longer stretch of time. So I will be finding that out. But in any case, yeah. Paris, why not? Paris in the spring? Okay. But again, if you guys have any suggestions, please do let me know, because I am not a great trip planner. That's like, I'm so bad at that. So bad. I know people have like these amazing itineraries that they make themselves, and I'm not that person. I'm the person that will just like be there and be like, okay, what should we do now? And then be like, oh no, that's closed. Or oh no, that's too far. And like have no clue and waste time. And then just not make the most of it. So I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to be the person that is going to like squeeze every drop of Paris juice that I can in that 4 days. So if you can help me, save me from myself. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Last but not least, good things. Okay. I have one good thing to share with you, and it's thanks to Instagram page that I found called Flynn Knits. Oh my gosh. Have you seen these pom-poms that Flynn Knits makes? They are absolutely scrumptious. And so she suggests making poms with a clover, I think large size pom-pom maker. So I just ordered it on Amazon. It just came, and I am going to be throwing on some yarn for a pom. And this is my idea, okay? And I shared this on the Instagram live on Monday, and a lot of you guys already went out and like got the equipment to do this. Maybe we should do this as like a do-it-yourself, DIY. I always get those letters wrong. I always say DYI. I don't know. Anyway, DIY kind of project for the summer. And this is the thought. All right, I'm going to show you this like cute little bag, a little straw bag. This was store-bought years ago in a store that is a chain called World Market. And I got it because I thought it would be such a cute little knitting bag, which it is. As you can see, I have tons of knits in here. But it's got the cute poms. And I thought, oh, that is such an adorable way And I'm like trying to see how they adhered them to the project bag. I think, I can't tell because there's a lining, but probably with some kind of pin or something, or it's definitely not glued on. I don't think it would last. Oh yeah, I'm seeing it now. Yeah, it definitely is kind of like with a wire tied inside the bag. So, okay, so now we know how to do it. Now it's like one of those like wire zip ties. You could just tie it really tight to the inside of your bag. So I think this is just so cute to make your own pom-poms and to attach them to a plain straw little market bag. Now, here is one that is an absolute favorite of mine, and that's this one. This is like a Moroccan straw bag. It's a nice size. What I love about it, it's got a square bottom, so you could just pluck it down and it doesn't roll. And so, like, I just think a couple poms would be so cute, right? So adorable. My neighbor, she sells these. This is where I got them. And I don't know, I'm going to try to carry them in the shop because I think these are just darling as knitting bags. I gave a couple away as gifts, and I don't know, it's just like people really love them. And I could see why. Like, so chic, right? Can you imagine, like, even just walking as like a cute little, like, hanging out bag. It's so cute, right? So, and the price point was pretty reasonable too, with leather handles. So in any case, we'll be making some poms. And here was the idea, because why not use, right? Like, if you happen to have some remaining yarn from your shrug left over, and we all do, right? So what about taking that, making it into a pom, then like attaching it to your bag and wearing the bag with your shrug. You can make those for like all the shrugs, right? And like have a little matching situation going. Isn't that cute? I'm going to be doing that. And maybe we'll do it together on Monday. It's live, or maybe, if not, maybe I'll have a couple of examples and show you how I did it, because I have to learn. I'm a little bit of a novice pom maker. But excited to learn. All right, so what do you think of that? Yeah? Fun project? Let's do it. Let's do it, because we have so much yarn lying around, and I do think the suggestion is Flynn Knit says, use bulkier weight yarn. So that's the story. So that's it. That's what we've got today, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking, subscribing, all the things. And wishing you a fantastic, fantastic week. And here is Claude Debussy's absolutely magical Reflections on the Water.